So here's the Toro 20333 that I did a video on last week. The one I found on the curb with the fuel tank and the oil reservoir filled with some sort of a what appears to be an oil absorbent cat litter type thing. I've actually put a different motor on it already. I had this, I think this was a 2000 or 2002 Toro Super Recycler. I picked this up from the neighbor just a few doors down in December, I believe, maybe November. It worked flawlessly. I put a new blade on it. 21-inch mower deck, which was a negative, and the second negative is the highest adjustment is still lower than I like to cut my lawn, so I really didn't use this mower. It's just a backup. So I took the mower from it because it was a Briggs Stratton 6 horsepower, whereas the one that was on this mower originally was a 6.75. I put the engine on there. I didn't swap anything out except for the fuel tank, the engine cover, and the oil dipstick, so it just looks a bit more modern. Well, that was fucking retarded. It said the phone was too hot to record video. Anyway, we'll give this another shot. This is the engine cover from that motor off of this deck. Transmission in this deck works great. Transmission in that one works great. The only negatives were this one had the blade brake system, and unfortunately I had to lose that because the crankshaft off of this mower, it has a threaded hole that you screw a bolt into, whereas the crankshaft from this motor, let's see, I think that would be this side. It has a keyway for the blade brake system, and you use a nut, so I have to disassemble the motor, and it's just not really worth that. This mower here I picked up in April. I think it's a 2010 Super Bagger with a Honda motor, which is really quiet. It's a GCV 160, and well, Jesus Christ, that's fucking annoying because you get a minute and 20 seconds before it says the phone overheated and can't record. I noticed the frame fucking shit too. Jesus. Anyway, this first mower here, broken. I just had to weld it up. You know, 11-year-old motor, runs great, Honda engine. But anyway, gotta stay out of the sun. I mean, this thing's probably still gonna fucking overheat. But as I was saying on the newer, I couldn't get the brake system because it has a different crank pulley, crankshaft I mean. So the old, the pulleys don't work. So there's two problems with that one. The personal pace system, I tried the belt from the old mower and the new mower, and one of them is too tight, so it's always under away from you, and the other belt's too big, and no matter how tight you tighten the cable, it won't drive at all. So I have to figure that out. And second of all, I need to get a cable that would work for the engine brake. And I just have it rigged up with some wire right now because I have all these cables and none of them work. But I was looking at the old motor and I really don't see anything wrong with it. I don't understand why it was so loud and why it was vibrating so much. And there was obviously visible silvery oil, but I don't see anything wrong with it. You can look here in here's the crankshaft from this motor, and there's the head, and here's the inside of the block. And here's the cylinder is actually smooth, and the valves move freely. and the valves don't appear to be bent. Here's the governor, and here's the piston, and the wrist pin doesn't appear to have any play either. So I don't know why the hell this motor was so loud and why it was vibrating so much. And here's the bottom cover, oil reservoir. I mean, you could see. Here's one of the governor gears, meshes up with governor, and you can kind of see here on the rocker arms. You know, they're kind of pitted, but that might have just been from running the motor with that whatever pellets they put in it. Here's the flywheel. So I really don't know why it ran so horribly, because there wasn't, you know, I took it apart and there really wasn't too much of that shit inside anymore, if at all. I mean, I wiped that out, but